What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the lab with another quest build. I have a blueprint here on one of the rarest names in all of 2K. If you've already maxed out your meta builds and looking for something super rare to run on that's going to open the eyes of your opponents and that they've never seen before, this could be the build for you. It has a crazy strength. This thing is an absolute monster with Hall of Fame brick wall, rebound chaser, quick first step, and post scoring ability. It's going to be that undersized 4, but you can play with this build in any situation. It has shades of Draymond Green, Rick Fox, Ron Harper, Ruben Patterson, Jamal Mashburn, Bonzi Wells, and Anthony Mason. This is the secondary ball handler. Like I said, one of the rarest names in all of 2K. A lot of people are going to think this is just a squish build, but I guarantee this thing can absolutely eat in the right hands. You can play with this solo dolo, or you can play within your squad. It's a perfect complementary chess piece that's going to impact the game in so many different ways, and running on the RBC name secondary ball handler is going to be so fulfilling, cooking your opponents, especially all that meta cheese that we see in 2K thus far. So jumping around, we're going to make this at power forward. You're going to be 6'8", 241 pounds with a 7'3" wingspan. And you know we're going body shape build because we want to look menacing on the wood. So follow along to a T to get this name and then tinker at your own discretion in your builder. At the end of the day, it's your build. Do whatever you want. Some of you might not agree with some of these attribute allocations, but this version is going to be different than anything you've seen on YouTube or in the city thus far. Starting out, we're going to get our close shot to a 67. A lot of these are going to be badge threshes. We're going to get our driving layup to a 73. We're going to get our driving dunk to a 72. It's going to give us that posterizer on bronze. Then we're going to go down to our post control here and get that to an 87. That's going to give us all of those Hall of Fame post spin, drop step, and back down punisher. And then we're going to add a little bit of standing dunk, get that to a 30 because it's going to allocate elsewhere when we upgrade some other attributes. But that's going to give us 16 finishing badges. A lot of these rare build blueprints punt post control and allocate elsewhere, but we're not doing that, especially on this one right here. When you're playing solo dolo by yourself and you want to be able to take advantage of a peanut, of a celery stick, or when you just see food on the table, you're going to be able to dominate with that weaponry on the wing or on the block, and 16 finishing badges is going to be serviceable when attacking the rim. And then shooting wise, we're going to get our mid-range to a 74. It's going to give us that gold midi magish. Then we're going to get our 3-ball to a 78. It's going to be a badge thresh, and then we're going to get our free throw up to a 61. Little extra attributes there. That's going to give us 17 shooting badges. To get this name, I don't think you can go over an 80 on the midi or 3-ball. If you've been playing long enough and you know the timing of your jump shot, you're going to be able to hit easily in the mid 70s on this game. Just got to put in that time, put in that effort. Go to Chris Brickley's, let me walk you over there, and grind and learn that jump shot. You're going to be able to hit just fine on this build. Gold claymore, gold volume shooter. You're not going to be a liability when you do get the ball, but you have to learn that jumper, so there is a skill gap involved. But 17 shooting badges is not going to be a liability. Then playmaking, we're going to get our pass actually to a 78. We're going to get our ball handle maxed out to an 89, and then we're going to get our speed with ball to a 70. You can go up a little bit more to 74 to get that next badge thresh, but we're going to allocate elsewhere. But you do need a very high ball handle, which is why you can't really make this build over 6'8". But that's going to give us 20 playmaking badges. You can definitely ink out some more playmaking badges if you do want to go that route, but this build is going to be specifically gruesome in other areas because speed with ball from a stylistic standpoint is not going to be much different as a 70 compared to like a 67 or even a 74. That Hall of Fame quick first step is going to be gruesome when you do get the pill in your hands. Obviously, as a secondary ball handler, you are going to be controlling the pill a lot. Hopefully your teammates trust you with the ball in your hands to make decisions. That's what this build should be able to do, and you're going to be able to mash, shuck, and jive your opponents with the best of them. But then defensively, this thing's a well-rounded monster. We're going to get our interior defense to a 71. We're going to get our perimeter defense to an 81. We're going to keep our stealies at a 46. We're going to get our block to a 75. We're not going to be spamming splash plays, but we do want that gold chase down for the animations. Then we're going to max out our defense rebound to a 99. Then get our offense rebound up to a 69. That's going to give us 22 defensive badges. Hall of Fame rebound chaser on this build is going to set this apart from a lot of other blueprints. because you're going to be that role player through and through. You're going to be able to help out on the glass offensively and defensively. And if you're paired with a really big behemoth monster, you can play small ball, and this could be a legitimate 4. You're going to be able to move laterally on the perimeter with the 81 perimeter defense, get those chase down animations, and just be that Draymond Green, Dennis Rodman, Ron Harper type lock, and just wreak havoc on that side of the ball. And then when you do create opportunities defensively, take that pill and run with it, get out on the fast break and make a play and earn the trust of your teammates. And 22 defensive badges is going to make this a defensive-minded build first and foremost. And then physically, we're going to get our speed to a 75. We're going to max our acceleration. And then we're going to max out our strength on this build to a 94 to give us those Hall of Fame brick walls. And then we're going to get our vertical to a 75 as well, and then put the rest on stamina to an 84. Giving this build a once-over: 16 finishing, 17 shooting, 20 playmaking, and 22 defensive badges. You can try to tinker at your own discretion with some of these attribute allocations to ink out more badges in the categories that you want. You might go a little bit too high into the next name thresh, but do what you want to fit your playstyle. What this blueprint really is going to do is going to be that complementary goon that can handle the pill, has a nice ISO game, crazy strength and crazy defensive rebounds. So you're going to be able to set those off-ball screens. You don't need the ball in your hands to be productive, but once you do get it, you can create ISO for yourself and for others. And then having that 87 post control, when you do play by yourself or you do get a squish, go to work on him, spin off him, drop step, draw that double team in the post, and then kick out. Your teammates are going to love playing with this build because you can do so many different things. It truly is a chess piece. And then those elite categories with the strength, rebound, and ball handle are just going to set this apart. And remember, this is a secondary ball handler, so people are going to think that you really can't do anything. Can this shoot? Can it dunk? I mean, obviously it could probably handle the pill, but defensively it's probably going to be a liability because a lot of these rare names, you have to punt certain things or you can't go to certain threshes. But this thing right here is, these are not show muscles, and defensively you're going to be an absolute animal. So let's just go on to takeover before I keep rambling, because this build is an absolute behemoth. You get shooting, playmaking, rebounding, and post take. Depending on what you want to do, you could just be a complementary piece. I like going box out wall or glass clearing dimes, and then maybe just team ratings boost to help out your teammates, because again, this is a solo dolo monster and you want your teammates to trust you on one of these super rare build names. You're gonna end up with one of the rarest names in the game: secondary ball handler. I personally have not seen this build anywhere in the city. I don't know who has the plums to actually invest in a build like this. These undersized 6'7", 6'8" power forwards used to be really hot last year in 2K22, but you've seen them sort of go to the wayside a little bit. There's a lot of rare names in the undersized 4 tree. Secondary ball handler is one of the most gruesome names in the game. So who has the plums to get on this build? Is it worth investing your hard-earned BC into? Would you hop on a build like this looking for something new and fresh to play? Because everyone's basically maxed out their builds to this point anyways. Let me know what you guys think of this blueprint in the comments, because you know what time it is. Quest Sparrow.